Hey guys, you can see I'm in the truck. Let me roll the windows up. I don't know how the wind's messing with this. That's better. I'm sure you can hear me better now. So it's a Saturday morning. Today's supposed to be the last hot day, or tomorrow, one of the two, of the year, and then it's supposed to cool off and we're supposed to get into fall weather. They're saying 70s and low 80s for highs next week. It's getting the blood pumping for deer season. So right now I'm on my way over to the hunting property. I'm going to dump out some corn, put out some mineral lick that I like to put out with the corn that Jimmy turned me onto this year. That even when the corn's gone, the deer are still coming there, tearing up the ground, trying to get that mineral. I've tried lots of minerals in the past, and I've never had any luck with them. I do have a deer farm, so I've even tried different minerals in the pen to see, which ones deer that are getting all the nutrition they like would use, and they've never used anything. But Jimmy turned me onto this stuff. I mean, you open up the bucket. It's called Lucky Buck. You open up the bucket. Here, let's see if we can get a video of this guy. Hang on a second. Oh, no, he flew off. So there was a great horned owl sitting on the fence post right next to the road. I was going to try to film him, but he wasn't having it. Roll the window back up. But this stuff called Lucky Buck, you open up the bucket. I mean, it hits you. It's really stout apple smell. And I've been mixing it in with my corn. I'll take like a solo cup full, dump it into the corn, and I can really tell the deer absolutely love it. I mean, the hogs have been coming in too, but the deer have really been hitting it hard. I don't have any buck pictures yet though. Typically on my place, I don't start getting consistent buck pictures until about the 15th of September. We're just about there. That would be this coming week. So maybe I'll start getting some buck pictures. I've seen bucks around. I've had a couple on camera that's just been like passing through, but nothing consistent yet. One that passed through would be, I would put him on my shooter list. He was a really nice looking buck, but I've only seen him that once. I've seen a couple, in soybean fields and stuff, and that's kind of typical for this time of year. I mean, most of the bucks, while they're still got their antlers in velvet, they're usually in the soybean fields and stuff. They don't like to come into the woods until they start getting that itch to rub it off, because they know they can damage their antlers during the summer. So I'm going to shut you guys off for a second. I'm going to get on over to the property, and then I'll turn you back on when I get over there. And if I run into some deer or something on the way there and they stand still long enough for me to turn the camera back on, I will, just to show you guys some deer or hogs, whatever. But I'm going to shut you guys off, head over, and talk to you a little bit when I get over there about what I'm doing. I don't know where he went. There he is. There was two of them, coyote, out there running. All right, so I'm at the property. So you got my deer corn, got a pumpkin, and then here's that Lucky Buck that I was telling you guys about, this mineral. I've already taken a bag of corn in there. I like to dump my corn in one just pile. I know a lot of people throw it around, so I'm going to set you on the tailgate here. Face you up at me, maybe. Might have to go get the tripod. I don't know. Yeah, I might have to get the tripod, so hang on. Alright, that's better. Alright, so what I'm going to do, this pumpkin, I'm just going to split it in half. I'm not going to really turn you guys around to see that. I mean, we all know what a pumpkin looks like, right? no need wasting y'all's time. See me split this thing in half. I'll probably edit some of this. So, for those of you that don't know, because I thought it was common knowledge, apparently it's not. But pumpkin seeds are a natural wormer for deer. My pen deer that I raise on the farm, this time of year I start giving them pumpkins all the time. I've got another big pumpkin, so let me turn you around, I'll show you what I'm talking about. I've got that big pumpkin right there. I'm going to split it into pieces where each deer will get their own piece. So here's what I'm trying to do here. So I've got this pumpkin split in half like that. I'm going to take this half right here. I'm going to set it back here with the corn. Here's some of that Lucky Buck. Bring it over here and show you this. Here's this Lucky Buck. And I wish, oh, you can already smell it. I wish you could smell this stuff. I mean, oh my God, the smell. So that's what it looks like, just, you know, mineral. But I mean, woo, it's stout. I'm gonna turn you off again, take you up in there, and I'll show you the setup. Okay, so you can see behind me my box blind. Here, got my pile of corn. You can see the Lucky Buck spread in there. Then I've got my pumpkin right there. Then right there is my cell camera. Turn you back around so you can see me. We'll walk out of here and I'll talk to you. There we go. Okay, so here's the idea. So last year when I hunted out of the top part of the tower blind that I built here, I had steps fall through on me. Second day, or it's either the second or the first day of season. Might have been the first day of season, now that I think about it. Yeah, it was the first day of season. They fell through. I got gashes on my legs. Dislocated my shoulder and it popped back in place by the time I finally got down. I was stuck up there for about 30 minutes trying to get myself free and loose. And my shoulder still hurts quite a bit from that. I mean, when I shoot my bow, I can really tell it. But it's gotten better. I think that's part of the reason why I put such a bad shot on the buck I got last year, was because of my shoulder. But anyways, I have not had the time with everything that's happened this summer to fix the tower blind, the top part. I mean, all the outside fell off of it because we used real cheap stuff. We were trying to rush it together the year we built it. I mean, I got it done the day before season, and then second day of season I ended up killing the 12 point with the drop tine. But I think what I'm going to do, I've got some camo material at the house. I'm going to come over later because I forgot it, like typical me. I forgot my batteries that I needed for some cameras that don't have the solar packs. But I'll go get that camo stuff, and I'm going to camo the bottom and move the chairs down there because I don't have time to fix the upper part, and I'll just hunt from the ground this year out of that blind. Assuming I get big bucks coming to it. Right now I've got does and hogs coming to it. Now there's a couple hogs that I'm going to try to shoot if they come by. I've got a guy that's trapping hogs, and I'll drive around and show you the trap here in a second. But I've got a guy trapping hogs on the place, and he's caught 38 so far this summer. The hogs are really starting to move a lot now since it's getting cooler, so I think he's really going to be catching a lot more now. He's in Colorado hunting right now, but when he gets back, I'm sure he's going to rebait and reset, because I've seen some pictures of some monster hogs. I mean, bigger than any of the ones he's caught so far on out of here. But I'm going to get that camo, set it up around the bottom. If I had time to rebuild the stairs, I would put the camo up on the top, because I would prefer being up off the ground to hunt. Just me. This is going to be my evening stand. First day of season this year is on a Sunday. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do, I've got a spot down below where he's trapping. I've seen quite a few deer over where he's trapping. They're used to the trap now, and they're eating the corn out of it when the hogs aren't there. But I think there's a few trees down below it, down below the ridge that it sits up on. I'm going to, I think Saturday before season, I'm going to come in and put my climbing sticks in one of those trees, get everything set up, and then Saturday morning, I'll hunt this travel route that's in between a bedding area and where they're coming off of the fields feeding in the first thing in the morning, and see if maybe I can't get one that way. Otherwise, if there's deer coming to this, I'll hunt it Sunday evening and see if we can't get one. That is, unless if my wife's got pictures of bucks at her stand, I'm going to let her go first. So I'll probably just hunt that morning, because she's not going to hunt a morning. She'll only hunt evenings at her spot. So I'm going to get in the truck, and we'll drive around, and I'll show you guys that trap real quick, and I'll talk to you for a second there. Alright, so there's this trap. There's this cell phone camera. And then there it is. This is one of those traps that runs off of a cell phone. You know, signal it, tell it when to drop. There's no actual trigger inside, so you can wait for all the hogs to get in there, and then he can trigger it and catch a whole group of hogs at once. So right here, and there's not any in there. There's a few persimmon trees right here. There goes a deer crashing through there. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. So right back there, straight the way I've got the camera pointed, there's a bedding area, and then right on the other side of the bedding area is where we were at just a minute ago filming. So behind me, so right through that window there, that is, I've got a ladder stand right down there, right sitting on a ridge. And the ridge is about 35-40 yards inside the wood line there. It runs the entire length of the property. And those deer love that ridge for whatever reason. There's a couple little cuts up in, throughout the ridge down there that they'll come up through. But right there, that ladder stand, I get quite a few deer that cut up in there by that ladder stand all the time. The problem is the bedding area that they're coming out of when they come up through there is 150 yards away. So by the time they get up there, a lot of times it's like the last 15 to 20 minutes of shooting light. I mean, sometimes, now during the rut, that's a real good stand because they're always running by that stand during the rut. But I'm thinking I want to get back in there further and maybe try a morning hunt back in there. We'll see. That's kind of my plan right now, is to go set up my sticks in there and my platform, and then I'll climb in with my saddle gear on those sticks and everything in whatever tree I set up, and try to do a morning hunt and have it all just set up, so all I have to do is go in there and climb up there to one another deer. Probably a big doe, I couldn't tell. So I messaged the guys, told I think Jimmy's going to come over and help me put up the wife's blind and help me film doing her area. I'm going to turn you guys off. If I see something on the way back, I'll turn you back on. So we'll see what happens. Alright, so I'm at my wife's spot, so let me show you. I've already put some stuff on the ground. We got the pumpkin, got the corn spread out, got the Lucky Buck mineral, And man, that stuff is strong. I can smell it from here. So one, there's the camera right there. Then we're going to put her blind right there. So she'll have about a 25, maybe 30 yard shot. Be good for her. She's going to be using a crossbow this year. Something different that I put at her place, because there used to be a big persimmon thicket right here. There's still a few persimmon trees there. There's a few right there. I found this. Tried a bag. It's crushed up persimmons basically. Wild Game Innovations makes it. You get it at Walmart. I get it at Atwoods, a little bit cheaper. But I found it. I thought, yeah, I'm going to put a bag of it out. Put a bag of it out back at the beginning of August. And the deer are just smashing it faster than even the corn. So I have been running a bag of this every week. I'm going to point you towards I'm going to be putting it out so you can watch me walk over there. So that's all I do. I just throw a bag of that out. I've been doing it once a week, and they have been absolutely smashing it. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn you guys off. Jimmy's on his way over to help me. I may have most of it done by the time he gets here. I may not. I don't know. But I'm going to work on putting her blind up. I'm going to crawl into it, look out, cut shooting lanes and everything, so she'll have a nice clean shot to right here where the deer are going to be. And hopefully she can get her first archery buck this year. She's got a little wonky buck with a rifle several years back, but I'm really hoping she'll start liking archery hunt more. We can do that. I know my boy, he's really wanting to. He's 4. Thinking about maybe for Christmas getting him a little starter bow and start teaching him how to shoot. And then maybe in a year or two he'll be ready to start hunting. So we'll see. Come back to you after I've got the blind up. Alright, so got the blind up. You can see it behind me. You've already seen the corn, the pumpkin, and everything back behind me here where I'm standing now. Tilt you down a little bit so you can see that. And we got the camera there. So this is going to be my wife's spot. Planning on about a 20-yard shot if she lets them get up to the corn. Farthest she's going to shoot here is 30. I got it set up perfect for her to use crossbow. She's been shooting at 30 yards and not had a problem at all. So hopefully she can get a big one. We saw a big one middle of the summer here when we was flying the drone around a couple of times. I might throw the drone up tonight and fly it around and see if he's around anywhere this evening. I pulled the chip out of the camera, haven't checked that yet. Gonna go to the house and check that here in a second. Food plot died though. It was growing really good. Then we had a week where it was really just hot and no moisture at all, and I think that just killed it all. I mean, I don't see anything sprouting, and it was sprouting really good in here. So that's kind of a bummer, but I mean that's part of doing food plots and everything. This ought to be a good spot. I know the bucks usually rub right in here quite a bit early October. So behind me I've got a sumac thicket, and usually there's a couple of bucks that just absolutely tear this up, and sometimes they even bed in here. So I think this will be a really good spot for her. As long as she can get into her stand, her blind nice and quiet, I think she'll kill one here. So October will tell. I'm gonna head to the house, look at the chips. I'll get this edited and get this scheduled to be on. And here, let me flip you around real quick. Maybe that big one is on camera. I haven't checked yet because that's pretty fresh and that's clumped together like a buck usually does. So we'll see. I'll go to the house and take a look and see.
Just helped Ron put the blind up, fix his spot up, ready for his wife to hunt there. Headed to the house of Captain Shimmer. Check that chip now. Maybe we'll get something good on it. Get back with you.